Hi guys, I'm very happy to show you my new project car. Yesterday I spent a full day on the road together with a friend, an MX-5 friend, who was kind enough to spend all of his free Saturday with me to collect this car in Germany. A 300-kilometer single trip, around 190 miles, to this first owner car. I had seen an ad on the German website. I responded to the ad, but I was not the only one. The owner of the car, the seller, was very particular in what he was looking for and how he wanted people to respond, things he would not deal with or would deal with. So I wrote him a message saying that, well, basically, I maybe should not be sending a message because I'm still recovering from heart surgery, and that the timing might not be good for getting a new project car. But nevertheless, I did respond, and I told him that my goal would be to get this car back on the road, because currently it had failed the inspection in Germany. It needs welding, but I will go into all of the details regarding what the car needs in a future video when we can do the inspection together. And then I can show you what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, and how a project would look like to get this car back on the road. But we got in contact. I told him that my goal would be to basically give the car a second life. And I pointed him to my website, linking him to a page of Project Schoenberg, the previous project car that I put back on the road. And apparently he liked the idea and got in contact with me. We had numerous email exchanges, and yesterday was the day where we agreed that we would come over to look at the car and see if we could make a deal. He's been very kind. Together with his wife, when we arrived, we were invited for a lunch. So they had the lunch table already set. I had agreed with him that I would send him a message roughly half an hour before we would arrive, and he texted back, "We will have coffee and sandwiches ready for you." I've never experienced that before. I thought it was very welcoming. So after that lunch, we went over the car. I noticed a few things that were in need of attention, for sure. But in the end, we made a deal, and he was very generous in that sense. I have to say, I thought the price was already fair. But with the things that I found on the car, I think he also understood that it's important to give me the best possible basis to get this car back on the road. And he's interested in following the story through the YouTube videos that I will be making of this car. Imagine that you have owned this car for 23 years, and at some point you get to the stage where you say, well, I don't know if it's worth for me to continue investing in this car, so I have to let it go. And then you get tens of people that want the car, but basically you still want to do the best for the car. And I think that's why we ended up making a deal. I'm very happy with what we see here. I want to explain something more about what we see here, because this is a color, for example, it's called Cerulean Silver. This color was not used in the US on the Miata, but it was on the Mazda MPV in 2003. It's typically a 2003 color, just like Strato Blue. And those two colors are in a way linked, because this version is called Silver Blues in Germany. And at the time they had one version in Cerulean Silver and the other version in Strato Blue. And then basically the coloring was inverted or mirrored, you could say. So the Cerulean Silver has all blue accents. So it has a blue soft top, blue leather seats. It has blue details on the steering wheel, on the shift knob, and on the door cards. And with the Strato Blue version, all those accents were in a light gray. And I think the US viewers will recognize that from the 2003 special edition, which was Strato Blue with all these light gray accents. There are many differences between the special edition in the US and this version in Europe, because the special edition in the US was always a 6-speed, and with a limited slip differential, with cruise control, always the 1.8 liter engine. Whereas in Europe, and in this case in Germany, you could choose between a 1.6 liter engine or the 1.8 liter engine. It always had a 5-speed gearbox, and only this version would have a limited slip differential. This is the 1.8, by the way. And yeah, it's called Silver Blues. It's also called Silver Blues in some other countries. I think in Switzerland and Italy, for example. But in the Netherlands, this version was called Twins, same as in Belgium. And in Austria, it was also called Twins. In the UK, people know this version as the Nevada. And in Australia, this would be the Classic edition. It's all 2003. In Australia, they only had this color. In the US, they only had the Strata Blue. And the other countries had a mix of the two, so the customers could choose. I created a dedicated web page that I will link in the description of the video, so I can tell a bit more about the exact numbers that were produced of this version of the car. In the US, you had the Strata Blue Special Edition. That was at the same time as when you had the 2003 Shenzhen edition, which looks a bit like this one because it also has these blue accents, but the Shenzhen was in titanic gray. So for this car, as you can see, it also came with the hardtop in the correct color, and it also has AC, which was not standard, and it also had front fog lights, which was also not standard. So the first owner, I think, ticked all the boxes when he ordered this car, and I'm very happy he did. So yeah, what else can I tell you at the moment? It was quite a process. I did dive into the specifications for this car to figure out what were the options. It was not only the engines, but also you had cloth seats or leather seats. And in this case, we have leather seats with seat heating, which is normal for Europe when you have leather upholstery for the seats. And yeah, in a future video, I will explain exactly what it is that we will do, because I intend this to be a first video in a series in which I want to take you along on my journey of getting this car back to original and back on the road. I will add some additional things that I feel are OEM plus and don't hurt the overall look of the car. Think about adding cruise control. I might do a different wind blocker with speakers and then connect the speakers in the rear. Probably will change the fog lights, maybe do daytime running lights, stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing what I will do to this car to get it back to the point where I think it is ready for a new owner, then follow along with this series. People may ask me, why do you keep doing this? Because I have a tendency to buy a car that people are about to give up on and then see if I can bring them back to life. And that has to do with my own background. I did survive a cardiac arrest back in 2018. So since I was that fortunate to get a second chance at life, I feel that also other things that I come across that I see deserve a second life, I want to take care of that. And I've been doing that with a number of the MX-5s that I've bought. I've bought the Memories 3, in total 3 of them, because I like the parchment interior, the beige interior. And in this case, it's completely different. It's a completely different car, but again, I'm doing this to see if I can give it a second life and make a new owner happy in the end, because I can't keep all of these cars, but I want to show you how you can do that process. And I'm sure we will come across a number of issues that I haven't been dealing with before, things that I need to learn, and I hope you will join me on that journey. And let's see how far we can take this. If you liked this video, then please check out some of the other videos that I have on my channel. consider subscribing or even join as a channel member for a few euros. It's a very small amount each month, but that's a way you can support this channel as well. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Also, when you think you have ideas on what I should be doing with this car, things that I should be paying attention to, or have additional questions about these special editions, then please let me know. You're welcome to write a comment in the comment section. I will reply to each and every one of them, and I'm looking forward to see you again for a future video. Thanks for now. Bye.